these are my hidden spots in Azabu Juban. So I'm back with another food video. This time I'm in Azabu Juban and I'm showing you my favorite spots, and some of them are actually some hidden spots that I haven't shared before. If you guys have never been to Azabu Juban, then it has kind of its own little atmosphere. It almost has kind of like this, a mix of a Japanese and European Western vibe, which is so unique on its own, and it's actually one of the first neighborhoods that I discovered when I came to Japan, and I wanted to share with you some of my favorite spots. I'm so excited to start this video, but again, before I start, if you guys want to see what I'm doing on the daily, check out my Instagram account. If you want to help support the channel, check out the Tokyo merch, and if you guys have any questions about Japan or your Japan travels, check out my Discord community. Alright, so without further ado, let's get our food on! Azabu Juban is located right next to Roppongi, with Nanboku and Oedo lines running to the area, making it fairly easy to access. An affluent area since the Edo period, Azabu Juban is known for its high-end residential spaces with a mixture of a retro and modern atmosphere. Of course, the main attraction here is Azabu Juban Shotengai, which has more than 300 shops. And I love how you can find shops with over 100 years of history sitting just next to a trendy international gourmet shop, but don't sleep on the side streets. I mean, yeah, I guess don't sleep there, but also you should visit the side streets. Number 1. New York Club. This is the go-to custom bagel sandwich shop in the area. It got popular for its rainbow bagels, but don't get blinded by the trendy flash. They make excellent bagel sandwiches that will have you singing "Hold Me, Hold Me." And if you're not about that custom life, you can just pick up from one of their set bagel configurations from savory to sweet. They even got a vegan option. I couldn't actually decide today, so I got 2 of the bagels. So first of all, we're gonna start with the dessert because that's how I like to roll. This one is their Oreo Monster. You can see the cookie. It has some blueberry cream cheese. It has some Oreo cookie. And then I got the unicorn bagel. Let me just take a bite. I feel so guilty eating this. The bagel itself is super fresh. It's a little bit on the chewy side, but has a nice kind of like chewy texture to it. Cannot go wrong with this. What a stupendous meal. Look at that. That is some junk in your trunk. And let me just show you the second dealio. This one is the beef and cheese brisket. Look how thick that meat is right there. Oh, there's quite a lot of flavor coming from that brisket. Paired with the cheese, the sauce itself is a little bit sweet, but not too sweet. Cheese is just melty, just how I like it. This one is quite on the heavy side, so even just eating like just a few bites, you feel like this one will fill your stomach. And I also got the cheese bagel. I thought it'd go really well with the brisket and the cheese. At the end of the day, you can have whatever bagel combination you want at this place. So have fun. If you want a little piece of the US, a little piece of New York, come to this spot. Number 2. Tsukishimaya. With more than 70 years of history under its belt, this shop is beloved by locals for its imagawayaki. Okay, has life started? I don't even know what I'm saying, but I feel like today is gonna be a good day because I have these 2 pockets of joy in my hand. I've got cheese and I've got custard. First of all, I personally like to start off with the cheese because it feels more kind of like a real deal meal. Look at that. It's like 2 flat biscuits smashed together. What's really nice about the outer shell is that they added some black sugar to it to give it that soft texture. It looks like it would be like hard and crunchy, but it has this nice kind of playful, bouncy mochi texture that a lot of other pastries like this don't have. And then when you take a bite, it's not just cheese. It almost tastes like there's like a mayonnaise flavor to it, or like a buttery flavor to it. More than a dessert, it feels like I'm having kind of like pancakes with cheese and mayonnaise on top of it. And now for dessert, we have the custard. Wow. Whoa. don't lose the custard. You can see it just steaming. Perfect for a fall day like this when it's a little bit chilly. The leaves are turning brown, they're falling on the ground. You just need something to warm you up, and this is the perfect treat. The custard itself, has that kind of that eggy taste to it. I can see like this shop has been around for 70 years, and you know, a shop to last that long, it has to be good. But anyways, let's move on to the next spot. Let me show you one spot real quick that beats the airport souvenir shops. Look at all these beans. I think they have more than 100 different beans here. It's like kind of like the perfect place if you want to bring back some souvenirs for some family. There's just so many different types that I think you'll be able to find something for someone. Number 3. Tonkatsu Miyako. This spot is one of those if you know, then you know shops. Ultra popular amongst locals for its tonkatsu pork cutlets. The meat is carefully selected every day from Kanagawa and Gunma prefectures, guaranteeing superior quality and that fresh. The meat is sliced only after you order. Just sitting at the counter, it feels like I'm at a sushi restaurant. The meat itself is deep fried twice in a low heat and then a high heat rapeseed oil, producing an extra crispy shell. My mouth is already watering. I got the Toku Hidekatsu. Look at how crispy the outside is. I'm gonna dip it in the first sauce from this restaurant like that. Oh, I mean, just look at it. You know why this is the special dish. Oh, that's one of the best pieces of meat I've ever tasted. That's golden crispy on the outside, and that meat is so tender and flavorful. Oh, and that sauce, the sweet side. Add that little sesame there, adds a little bit more texture to it. I am so happy coming to this spot. They offer a special tonkatsu sauce, dashi soy, 2 kinds of salt, sansho pepper, and wait for it, that good old Canadian maple syrup. And let me dip it in some Canadian maple syrup. Look at that dripping maple syrup. Surprisingly, that pairs really well together. There's no other place I know where you can get maple syrup and katsu together. And then also you can throw some salt on it. Wow, the salt just itself with the katsu is brilliant. Let me just throw some more maple syrup on here. And then go back to the Miyako special sauce. Then throw it back with some more salt. I love how you can taste all the different flavors here. This is their tonjiru right here. And what I love about it is if you kind of dig down deep, huge chunks of meat inside. None of the scraps go to waste here. Now, if you're into a traditional tonkatsu with a thicker breading, I also gotta give a shout out to Muranaka. They serve a delicious sangen buta pork from Hirata Farm, and it's a mouth-watering pleasure that won't break the bank. Before I continue on, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for this video, mobile Wi-Fi. If you don't already know, in Japan, getting a fixed internet into your home is a nightmare. It requires a resident visa, a Japanese bank, and a slew of paperwork. Mobile Wi-Fi helps you skip all of that mess with no complicated paperwork. With a mobile Wi-Fi router, just turn it on, connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot, and you're good to go. It connects to whichever mobile network has the strongest signal, so you're guaranteed to have the best coverage. Mobile Wi-Fi can be plugged in for constant use, and it's also battery powered, so you can take it with you wherever you go and stay connected. Comes with a 12-month contract, so it's ideal for longer stays in Japan, and even keep the device at the end of your service. Here are my top reasons why you should use mobile Wi-Fi. Mobile offer free direct shipping to your home address here in Japan, and Mobile have English-speaking customer support, so make sure you're always connected in Japan and get your mobile Wi-Fi today by clicking on the link below. That said, let me take you to the next food spot. Number 4. Dalian. So this is another little secret spot that I wanted to share with all of y'all. If you're looking for a kind of like a beer and some gyoza spot, then this is where I would recommend to go. I mean, if you just look around, it is kind of like has that izakaya atmosphere. You come here to drink and eat, maybe just like hang out with some friends. I've got my beer right here and I got these awesome dumplings. You can see the top of it, it's all kind of fried together. They call it like putty putty, like crunchy. You can hear that crunch when you break it. Juices just dripping from the gyoza. First I gotta have a beer though. That's nice. Pour my little sauce here. Vinegar, soy sauce, and some chili oil. Dip it in like that. Look at all the juice coming from that dumpling. It's just dripping. That is so crunchy. That pork is so flavorful. All of the oils and the meat juices coming from that gyoza. It's amazing. First thing is the crunch, and then the next thing is the explosion in your mouth. It's spritzing everywhere. You can see how juicy the insides are. You see the onions in there. You can see the pork. Has a little bit of a sweetness to it. Just a little bit, maybe coming from the onions. The gyoza is just amazing. But then to wash it down with the beer is just job done. Oh, I'm so satisfied. So before we continue on, I wanted to show you this little spot. It's kind of like a little train station. Let me show you. Number 5, Rakuman Korokke. Ever been like, hey, I want to eat an award-winning korokke? Well, welcome to the next spot. This shop's fried goodies are just like my bracelets in elementary school, all handmade. They use a kita akari potato from Hokkaido Niseko, which are known for their strong sweetness. Instead of sauce, they recommend using their original Rausu kombu salt to brighten up the taste of its ingredients. I got the goodies! Look at this. This is a Wagyu Korokke. It should have some potatoes in there, crispy panko, golden fried, sesame seeds on the top. Can't beat it. And take the first bite. Oh, wow. That is a piping hot. You can actually get the ones that they've already made, or if you wait 5 minutes, they will freshly fry it for you. And that's what we've done, and that is ultra piping hot right there. And you have these really, really thick pieces of Wagyu beef. They say tapuri, meaning there's just like a whole lot of Wagyu in there. And they give you some white powder as well. It's actually salt. Throw some salt up in there. Look at that. Sprinkle a little bit on, just like so. Wow. Wow. The potatoes itself gives off a nice sweetness, and the Wagyu beef gives an umami just to round out the flavor. And I just love how crunchy this is. Let me just share with you how crunchy this is. And I'm all done. I should probably have ordered more. Luckily, I didn't just order the korokke. I ordered also their menchikatsu. Look at that. Let me just take a quick bite. Wow. Dude, super hot, just like the korokke. The meat juices are on point, but I think you just need a little bit more flavor, and that's why they give you this salt. And then you just gotta like throw a little bit of the salt on to accentuate that flavor and to kind of bring it all out. So you got all the salt flakes on there right there. Crunchy. And it's just so crispy. You can see it just flakes off. Getting all over my pants. Make sure to have your napkins ready. Probably have it all over my face as usual, but it's just so good. Definitely another local spot that I'm showing y'all today. But that said, let's move on to the next spot. And number 6, Amanoya. This Japanese style cafe goes all the way back to 1927 in Osaka. Originally gained its popularity from serving egg sandwiches in bite-sized form to mostly women entering the workforce, who also appreciated being able to take their food with them while working outside or visiting the theater. I got the baggies of goodies. Ooh, we got the boxes of all boxes. This is probably the happiest box I'll get today. The wrapping is just insane in Japan. I feel like Christmas, where you have to just get through all of the wrapping to get your present. And ba-bam, look at this premium. Oh my god, this is a lot of egg sandwich. Wow, this is for like a small family. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 healthy egg sandwiches. When you split that in half, that is a 12 full pieces. Well, if you split that in half, I guess that's not a full piece. This is the real deal egg sandwich. Oh, you can smell the mayonnaise. Whoa. Wow. That is amazing. That is an egg sandwich that will kick you in the junk. This is awesome. You can see all of the moistness coming from that egg. The texture of the egg is quite solid. Like some of the eggs I've had are really fluffy, where this one is quite dense. Wow, you could really taste that. I think it has some mustard in it, but it almost tastes like a wasabi or like a mix of both. There's just so much flavor. Like that dashi is really strong. Literally, if I got this as a present wrapped in a box like this, I would be happy. I would say, thank you very much. Can I please have another one? I really just can't get enough. I am so happy. This puts a smile on my face. Winner, egg dinner. So those are my top food spots in Azabu Juban. If you guys like this video, help me out and hit that like button. Quick shout out to Newton. Thank you for helping me film this video. And if you guys want to see more food videos, more Japan guides, hit that subscribe button and the bell button. I'll catch you guys in the next one.